In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to get more out of your Arlo system by taking advantage of modes, so stay tuned. Welcome back to another video, everybody. I have always had one big frustration with the Arlo system, and that is that I can't separate my cameras to have some of them always active and then some of them not active. For example, when I had a camera in the living room, it was going off all the time, especially when we were home. Battery would last maybe a week on that thing, and I would just have tons of footage on it. And I didn't necessarily want any of that footage, but I couldn't deactivate that camera without disabling all the cameras in my system. If you go in and you look at the modes, there's an option for arm, disarm, scheduled, geofencing. Yeah, you can create more modes, but I didn't really understand what that was all about. I've actually been working with James C. So if any of you guys are familiar with the Arlo forums and you see James C. in there, I've been working with him on this video and he gave me some awesome instructions on how to achieve what I'm looking for in this system. Now, this is going to be a pretty advanced step on achieving what I am looking for specifically, but I thought that I would start on the website here for when I don't use it a lot, and maybe some of you guys don't even know that you can access all of your camera systems on the website here. And then since we're going to be using geofencing, we're going to finish up on the phone. So let's get started with this right here. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to go to myarlo.com. I'm going to have links to everything that I'm going to use below, in addition to the different knowledge base articles that James has provided to me. So those will all be in the description below if you guys want to read more into those. But we're going to go to myarlo.com and we're going to log in. Now, here is what it looks like after you have logged in. We see my 4 cameras that I've got set up here. And then up at the top, we see the different tabs and we're gonna go to mode. It's gonna be just like the app on the phone. So going into mode here, we have the different hubs that I have. So I've got the one for the spotlights. We've got this one here, which is the Ultra one. I don't have any cameras connected to that right now. And then we've got the new one for the Pro 3. I like the Pro 3 because it's got the USB hub on it, so I can do an external hard drive on there. But essentially what we're gonna do is we want to create a new mode. So here's where things are gonna get a little complicated. The way modes work is that you're gonna create a rule for every single camera within that new mode. If a camera is not listed in that mode, it is then disarmed or deactivated in a way. So what I wanna do is that when I leave the house, I want to have all of my cameras active. But when I come home, I want to turn off all of the internal cameras in the house, but leave all of the cameras in the perimeter active and on while I'm home. So to achieve that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a new mode. We'll click on add mode here. We'll put in a name. I'm just gonna title this one outdoor. We're gonna click on next. Let's start with the Ultra camera. So we're gonna select the Ultra camera, which is the one at the back door of my house. We're gonna click on next. I want it to activate only with motion, not sound. Next, that looks fine, that looks fine. So here's something that's a little confusing for me. Here it says for triggering, based on the settings, when the Ultra camera is triggered, which devices do you want to activate? Now here I would think, oh, I want to activate the front door and the Pro 3. You can only select one. I don't understand that. It says devices, like I could do more, but that's not the case. So since we started with the Ultra camera, we're gonna continue with that one. Click on next. We want it to record a video and send us a text if anything happens. So we're gonna click on finish. We can do the rundown right here. That all looks right. And we're gonna click on save. So now that we have it here, we have our outdoor mode. I'm gonna click on the arrow next to it, and I'm gonna add a rule. And the rule is basically going to be for the next camera. So now I'm gonna select the front door, only with motion, next, front door again, next, record, finish, that looks fine, save. And we're gonna do the last rule here for the Pro 3, also outside. Turn off audio, next, next, Pro 3, next, next, finish, save. All right, so now in this outdoor mode, we have all of my outdoor cameras in here and we have none of my indoor cameras in here. So now we're going to jump into the phone because we're going to be using geofencing because I want it to arm and disarm depending on me being home and not being home. We have to do that in the app. So let's jump over to that right now. All right, so I have my app loaded up here. We're going to go to the tab at the bottom that is modes. Going to go over to our Smart Hub Pro 3, the one that we set it up on, and we can see now that we've got the outdoor one there. But what I want to do is for myself, I want to set up geofencing. So I'm going to highlight geofencing. We are going to hit the little pencil next to it, scroll down here, and you can see where it says at the bottom, select a mode. So while I'm away, I want you to arm my system. And since all the cameras are listed in the armed, it's going to arm all of my cameras. When I am home, instead of disarming all my cameras, I want you to go into the new outdoor mode. Now, like I mentioned before, every camera that is in that mode will be armed in some way, however I set that up. So how we set that up is anything outside, you're going to remain armed. Everything that was not in that mode, which is my internal cameras, are going to be disarmed. I'm going to click on save, and that's it. We're done. So that was a pretty advanced tutorial. It actually took me a while to wrap my head around it, but I hope that that kind of gave you guys some understanding of doing a custom mode and maybe some ideas of how you guys could use this in the future. So in talking to Arlo, they would like to do another giveaway of the swag bags. We did those a few videos ago. Inside the bags are going to have a few accessories like extra batteries, extra mounts, maybe extended power cables, and then a few other things like water bottles and thumb drives. I don't know exactly what it'll be. It's probably going to be different for the system that you have, but to enter that contest, go ahead and comment below. Tell me what system you guys had. I'd also like to hear what you plan on using modes for, if anything. Give this video a thumbs up if you thought it was helpful. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.